I think maybe either we can rotate the role, or we can just have one person who, instead of making the decision, though, it's more like a timekeeper in a
Okay.
matter of a month, and say, okay, guys, it is my job to remind everybody that we only have 2 weeks left, and I think that the conversation is going off track, and I really think basically it's a direction navigate us back into what we're supposed to do, instead of having a lot of discussions about what we would like to do if we were all if as if we're actually setting. So do you think we should have one person doing that, or whoever is the facilitator for the week?
Why don't we have like a role chart where there's like a scribe every week,
And
a
a facilitator.
Yeah.
and then you could maybe have a decision maker guy, like the people that keeps people on track, or I don't know, or you could incorporate them all into one.
You know what? I seem to remember from early on when the course started, seeing on, I think it was on G+, someone published like a little rota they had used in their team. It was someone from an earlier intake. Not saying that we can't do it ourselves, but if someone has done it successfully in the past, is it worth having a quick look and nicking
Yeah.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I quite like the idea of having a rota and everyone knows what they're responsible for and when, and then everyone kind of needs to step up and do their bit, and everyone gets equal opportunity as well. Because it's also about that, isn't it? That everyone has their say and their chance to, maybe develop areas that they feel maybe they want to develop. So.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll just make a little Google Doc and just stick it on in the Google Drive.
Yeah.
And then we've got it. It's there.
Okay.
People can maybe fill in what they'd like to do, or whatever, or we can have one person doing it. But I can do that. I can make a little table.
Okay.
What roles do we want? What like exact roles?
I think we need a facilitator.
Yeah.
Who suggests when we meet and how.
What's their role? Okay, yeah. So they're.
And we need someone to take notes.
Describe,
Note.
yeah.
And we need someone to keep an eye on the overall progress and time and direction. It's not that they get the final say. It's just that they get to come in and remind us of it every now and then.
So
and
it's
we have
more
to
the
listen to this
strategic
person.
lead, isn't it? The facilitator does the kind of the practical side of getting us all together, and the scribe just documents everything, but someone needs to almost keep an eye on the bigger picture. Is that?
Yeah.
All right. So we've got facilitator, scribe,
And
then
strategic.
Get stuff done, or like.
The bigger picture person.
All right. Okay.
The overviewer.
Bigger.
Yeah. The helicopter viewer.
Yeah.
Bigger picture person. I'm gonna put that because it's so horrible.
Sure.
What about anything else? So organising, doing all the button pressing, keeping notes of what's said, and then
posting it on the forum.
Right.
Mm.
What do you think,
Okay.
Ricardo? Have we missed anything?
that's part of the scribe's role, is it?
I think so.
I think we're good. I don't have anything to add to that.
Yeah. We don't want to. I think that's enough as well. We don't want too many, do we? Oh, what's happened there?
And I think that the facilitator should also, in the meeting, and if someone has gone silent, the facilitator can, start a conversation with that person and basically navigate, make sure that everybody gets a chance to participate in the meetings as well.
That's a good idea, yeah. Making sure everyone gets equal airtime. I don't think that's a problem with us, but...
Okay.
Cool.
So the facilitator will do all the practical stuff, Does that includes recording it? Yeah. Well, if they're going to set it up, then they have to do that.
I have
Yeah.
to figure out how to do that. The
Yeah, I'll
scribe will take.
send you a link.
Yeah, so I think the facilitator's role is before and during the hangout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the scribe's role is during and after the hangout.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
And the
timekeeper and the helicopter overviewer is during.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of during, because it needs to be the person who pipes up and says, "Come on, guys, move
Yeah.
on."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's during, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
So I just
put that, making sure decisions are taken, decisions are made.
Actually, the helicopter viewer job should also be before, because if this person's going to have a bigger picture of the meeting of what's going to happen, he or she should be a little more prepared than the rest of the group.
Yeah.
In order to make sure that we're still interacting, not going off bases and everything.
Yeah, that person needs to know how that week's or that particular hangout fits in the overall.
Right.
Yeah, and maybe the same person can, whenever we are submitting, I don't know, homework or something, this person can also have a look and maybe have an overview of that as well, to see what else needs to be done, what's done already, what is not done.
Well, who's this? The bigger picture person or the? Right. Okay.
I
Decision
think
made.
so.
Outlining how Hangout fits into the overall. Alright.
And just reading Emma's email again, that pretty much mirrors what she suggested as well.
Okay.
She said, so when we're unable to reach a consensus, it'd be useful to have someone. It'd be useful to have another member of the team to keep team on track, focus, and moving forward on the entire project. I guess that would be the helicopter viewer, bigger picture person. And what else did she say? And she's talking about benefits of a nominated leader to make an overall decision when we're stuck. So I think that would be the. Would that also be the helicopter viewer or the facilitator of that particular meet?
Perhaps the helicopter overviewer.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Okay.
And I think this works really well because when there is one leader or one facilitator, there's a lot of pressure on this person, not just in terms of time commitment, but you just don't want to be you don't want to make a decision for everyone, so you tend to hold back a little bit. But if we share that role, share different aspects of that role, then people won't feel like they are under all the pressure to make a decision. Yeah,
I agree. That takes that edge off it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a system rather than one person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have some more questions?
Yeah, I think we've kind of covered now. I think we've done the bit about a general discussion about leadership. I think we've reached a decision, haven't we?
Yeah.
We talked about the different leadership options, and we kind of agreed that, well, we're going with the shared or collaborative leadership.
Yeah.
I think that is that part done. Do you agree?
I think so. Yeah, I'm just reading the instructions, and we've definitely answered all the questions for this part.
Sweet.
Okay with that.
Hmm. So perhaps we can, Jiff, do you think you could stop recording and put it up in the forum? I don't know. Do you have to upload it on YouTube to?
No, it should automatically be there. I'll find a link to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll work it out. I have a feeling that it might not have been recording for half of it because it wasn't broadcasting, but we got all the important stuff. So
Yeah.
just
I've got a little bit saying live in the top right-hand corner
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
that-
screen.
that means it's broadcasting, and I think that means it's recording as well now.
Okay.
So it's all right.
Mine showed up since the beginning, so I mean, like, mine has been up the entire time.
Oh, has
Okay.
it? Well, maybe, I
Maybe
don't
it
know.
has been.
I'll check afterwards. We'll have recorded something, but I'm not sure quite what yet.
Mm.
So you'll make sure that record goes on. Are you still okay or do you want me to write down the bit about shared leadership, break project down, or do you want to do that?
I don't mind. I don't mind. You can.
I don't mind either. Because what I think we need to add to it is then the rota and the 3 roles that we identified,
Mm.
Okay.
kind of all together.
Mm.
Why don't I write down what I have and I'll ping it over to you, Jeff, and you can fill in gaps.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah? It won't
Yeah.
take me very long. I'll literally do it in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just put that this afternoon. Yeah. And I'll put that in a Google Doc, and then people can fill in what they want to do. I don't know. We'll work something out.
I just have a question. So, are we going to have one facilitator for the entire project, or is and also the same as the helicopter overviewer and note taker, or are we going to rotate and select different people for these roles?
I thought we were going to rotate, but I
Yeah.
don't mind. I thought
Yeah.
the idea was that we kind of try and break the project down into key stages
Yeah.
and maybe get people to take responsibility for, let's say, being the facilitator for the first stage
Yeah.
and then the scribe for the second or something like that. So everyone maybe gets a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess my suggestion is, in order for the system to run smoothly, I mean, every time that's 3 people in the row, and I think that we could possibly have standby.
Yeah.
So the rest of the 3
Okay.
people can be standby. So in case anyone drops out, we still have someone to record. We still have someone to
Yeah.
facilitate.
Makes sense.
Good call. Yeah, because there's only 6 of us now, isn't there? Because Lucy's has.
Yeah. So one doing it and one standby for everything. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so organised. Amazing.
Yeah. We have a system devised.
We've got a system. Whether or not it works is a different matter.
And actually, that idea, Sissy, that idea works great for whenever somebody's running late.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of times either, like, I don't know, with different responsibilities and different things to do at home and at work, it's always going to happen. So I
Yeah.
think it could actually save us some time and
Yeah.
make it easier as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Agreed.
And in case, say, 3 people are not there, but as long as you have 3 people, you can do the process. I mean,
Yeah.
we just need 3 people. Yeah, it doesn't have to be exactly who's there. I mean, in an emergency situation.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Should we do some project-related stuff as well?
Yeah.
After we all leave,
Yeah.
should we just?
Yeah, so for maybe we can start by answering the 3 questions as part of the week 1's post-class activity.
Mm-hmm.
So who's going to be the scribe and who's going to be the facilitator? Shall we just muddle through today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh, you want to do it now? You want to do some project stuff now, right now?
Yeah, because it's recorded anyway, right? So.
Okay.
I think it's the 3 questions that form the last bit of the post-class activity from last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
I must
scribe.
add. Great. I must admit that I still have some catching up to do from that week. So whilst I have kind of scanned it, I don't think I've probably done all of the toolbox in
What?
to the detail. So
Wait.
hold my hand up here. I've just so much catching up to do at the moment.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit better. Sorry. Well, let's have a stab at it anyway, and we can. I've got my
Are
weekend.
we doing the
to-
search questions here?
Pardon?
Yes. Yeah.
Are we doing the search questions? Search.
No.
We're doing week 1, I think it is.
Oh, week one, not week two.
Week one, and it says, thinking about the marketing mix, how can Tenacity compete in the hair color market? Consider what
Okay.
is the most helpful model to explain Tenacity's position in the market. I must admit, just having read that again, I think I would have to refer back to the toolbox to do it properly. So
Yeah.
sorry,
Okay.
guys.
Hair color market. Price, product. What even other 4 Ps? Place, promotion.
Yeah. And
What are the 5 Ls? 5 Is? No idea.
5. I think it's 5 hours.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, that's something that we debated quite a bit in the live class because
Oh, right.
we just couldn't find 5 hours, but the instructor kept saying that it's legitimate. So
He insisted.
yeah,
That's good.
That doesn't make any sense. Okay.
No.
What are Tenacity's strategic touchpoints across the range of customer journeys? Never mind, 4-part moment model. What are the model to indicate that? Here's an example of the user journey. So,
Thinking about requirements of hair color. So the fact someone thinks about someone has a need to color hair, going grey, doesn't want to be grey. So this kind of what do you call it? The discovery. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
What we
and
asked-
then the decision. So the
what
fact
are we
that
answering?
you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Which one are we answering? Sorry, we answered the first question.
Oh, sorry. I was on to question 2, the touch points.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
So we're starting
Yes.
with question 2 or question 1?
We should probably start with question 1. Sorry.
No one wants to deal with question 1 because no one knows what it means.
No, because I don't feel. I think I probably need to watch the live class.
Yeah. I'd agree. I haven't watched the live class either.
Okay.
So-
Sissy, from watching the live class, is there? Is it just price, product, place, and promotion, or
yes,
do we need
yes,
to
that
go
is.
back and?
Yeah, I mean that's like the standard marketing mix. I think that it's just a framework for us to fill in the chart and make it brief analysis of it. But then I guess the 4P is really to think about. It helps us to think about the product in relation to the competitive market. So, for example, price. We don't just decide arbitrarily what the price of the product should be. We think about how to make the product.
Price is already set, isn't it?
Yes, for 24 euros.
Yeah.
Yeah,
25.
that's right.
As is the product. The product's already set.
Yeah.
That's pretty expensive.
Yeah, I know.
And the place is already set, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
it's
said that
basically we're thinking about
through
promotion.
upmarket department stores.
Okay, so that makes sense. So is the 4Ps really very useful? Oh no, I suppose it is actually. Yeah, okay, no, it's quite useful.
I guess it's just to
I mean-
remind us what we have and
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the sake of this project, presumably they're going to mark based on, you know, the to see how much we make the models useful. So I personally don't think that the 4P, I mean, it's a very old marketing model. It was taught about 20 years ago. Nobody really uses it really in real business analysis these days. But for the sake of the project, we can think about how to make it useful to structure what we want to say.
It just focuses, I guess, all of our minds. So it just tells us what the product is, what the price it is.
And the placement and
Yeah.
promotions. We already sort of have that information.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we can draw links though, can't we? We can say how the promotion is related to the place and how the price is related to the promotion. So it can help us like join up everything that we already know.
Yeah.
And then
So everything around promotion, because promotion is the thing that I guess we're working on.
yeah.
How that is linked back to the other three.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the question is asking us to use the model to explain Tonacity's position in the market. So it's not just about what the price is, but what the price tells us about its competitive strategy in the context of the market. So, for example, like we said, 24 something euros is quite expensive. So obviously, the market segment this product has to target would be a higher end busy professionals, presumably because it also claims to be able to achieve the hair salon effect without going to a hair salon.
What does the 5 Ps include?
There's one extra P.
Is that process or people something?
Looking it up.
I'll tell you after.
Doesn't the 7 Ps exist as well?
Oh yeah, someone said that the 7 Ps is more relevant. It's more relevant for services.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it might be interesting to find out what that 5th P is because we're on the internet. We can find out, can't we?
Yeah. It's product, price, promotion, place, and people. People refer to the staff and salespeople who work for your business, including yourself. When you provide excellent customer service, basically customer service, training staff, recruiting the right people. Yeah.
I think that's important for this, actually, isn't it? Because it's a premium brand and it's got to stand out above other offerings and give that kind of salon-worthy experience, but without the price tag.
Yeah, that's right. And one thing we could possibly think about is to get to get someone a celebrity who represents the kind of premiumness to represent the brand. Scarlett Johansson.
I think like celebrity endorsement would come under promotion, wouldn't it? And people would be like customer service reps, like in-store sales people, how they're trained to talk about the brand itself.
Yeah. I mean, I know for a fact that makeup salespeople are required to wear something like 4 to 7 different types of makeup. So maybe it will be a requirement for the salespeople to use this brand and change color every month or something.
For them.
Yeah.
When it comes to the people, there's women that are much more, let's call them snobby, because of how much they're paying for this haircut and everything. Are they gonna be more influenced by a celebrity? Are they gonna be more influenced by peers or people in their same sort of class that are utilizing the product? Do you think
people who they can identify with, maybe, or someone they look up to?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to think. how many of them are actually gonna be influenced by a celebrity.
Given that a celebrity has, I think everyone sees straight through it. They have so much money that they don't do their DIY hair.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Let's
Okay.
face it. I'm with it. So it. Okay.
Cool.
Sorry,
Well,
I'm still struggling to summarize the answer to question 1. Sorry, guys. I have just been bumbling along with what you said, but have you got anything written down, Ricardo, yet?
I have 3 lines right now.
well, for me, I think that the 5 Ps model is more appropriate than the 4 Ps model because people is actually quite important in this sale of this luxury brand.
Yeah.
So it's definitely 5 Ps over 4 Ps. And I don't know what the 5 Ls are.
5 Ls. Nice.
Why don't we just say we'll investigate the 5 Ls and come back to it?
Yeah.
5 Ls.
Just conscious that time as well.
Yeah. Jeff, I assure you, it's really hard to find 5L on Google. So.
Yeah, Citroen reveals DS 5LS luxury sedan.
Okay.
No. Okay, well, so we just sack 5 Ls off then and say 5 Ps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, question 1 done.
Okay.
Yep.
So touch points.
Thinking from the beginning of the customer journey.
So first one, is it not the decision to color hair?
Yeah. Yeah, and that can come from internally. So when someone is, has gray hair or they're not happy with the hair color, they want to change for themselves. But on the other hand, this touch point could also be in a, it could also come from externally or could be stimulated by external things like other people.
You could see it in a program. Yeah, you could see someone with really lovely color hair, or you can read it in a magazine, or you could watch it, I don't know, online or on TV.
Yeah, or someone your sister who has just used this product, or who has changed their hair color, and you really want to do it yourself as well.
So decision to color hair, and that could be triggered by either internally because you're just not happy with your color or you've got gray hair, or external factors such as, peers, family, magazine,
or other promotional, promotional stuff. Yeah.
Then the next one I had is decision to color hair at home, because that's quite a distinct thing, isn't it? If you want to change your hair, you can just go off to the hairdresser, but you need to make the conscious decision that you do it in a DIY way, I guess.
Yeah, so price would be one of the first considerations, because it's still, even though it's 24 something euros, it's still cheaper than going to a good hair salon.
Yeah, I think it's price, but also convenience.
Yeah.
Because it will take time to make an appointment and drive somewhere to a salon, whereas,
Yeah. Yeah, and you can do it after work at 11 p.m.
Yeah, in your own time.
Yeah.
I guess then I said I wrote down decision to buy it and where to buy it, because I think in the description it said that it won't be available because it's meant to be more upmarket. You can get it via Ocado and more upmarket department stores rather than just going to your Boots or your local chemist. Do you guys agree? Sorry, I'm just conscious I'm just blabbing.
No, I kind of sense that Jeff and Ricardo have never dyed their hair, so they're thinking, what would women want?
Yeah.
Not
What
into
women want.
that.
Yeah. But
This
this
is why we have an even split here, gender split.
Yeah. But I'm just wondering, in the I don't remember this, but in the project description instructions, does it say that we're only targeting women? Because
Did say, yeah.
yeah, that's sexist. I mean, men also want to dye their hair as well. I assure you, it's fun.
Yes. Well, if I can see you with blue hair.
Me and you, Ricardo, we should go and dye our hair just to see what.
I'll try something red or orange.
I'm going for
Yes.
blue, I think.
I could totally see you guys with that.
Actually, if we do that and we send Google a picture, we probably just pass the project without having to do too much.
That'd be great. But then they might also say that you can't be you can go close to the sales points because that's not good advertisement. It's orange color hair, so
You'll be surprised. I'll rock it. I'll let it grow a little. I'll rock it.
yeah.
Okay, so what is it? First, indicate like wanting to color hair, deciding to do it. What was the first one?
So first one was decision to color hair full stop.
Yeah.
And that can be influenced by internal or external. Second one was decision to color hair at home.
Yeah.
Influenced by price and convenience. Third one was decision to buy hair color and where to buy it.
Mm.
And then the next one in my mind I had is, which one? So you go to your place where you would buy it, but then being,
Yeah.
I guess confronted with a choice. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, and I think that quality would definitely be. I mean, I know people who have dyed their hair before, and it doesn't turn out right.
Yeah, I have.
Right. I mean, this might be a bad comparison, but the way I'm thinking about this is almost the same as when you're gonna go buy alcohol. You see all these different options. You know, you don't want to go for the bottle that's 3 or 4 euros. You might as well go for the other one because you're gonna. Yeah, it might hurt the pocket a little more, but you know you're gonna get a way better outcome.
Yeah.
The second cheapest.
Yeah, it's the second cheapest.
Exactly. I mean, this is not gonna be the second cheapest, but once you actually have dyed your hair so many times and you care about it, you're gonna get to a point that you're gonna say screw it and let me just go for the best because of actually how you present yourself to other people. You know, it's not something that you're gonna get and hide. It's something that actually shows who you are and sort of you find some sort of connection with the product.
Yeah.
So decision to so which one to buy is based on price, but also quality. We said, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not
Give me
something
2
you can
seconds,
hide.
guys. Sorry.
Yeah, not a problem.
What were you saying, Fizzy?
I was just saying that I forgot. It's the quality. Literally can't remember.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, and I got distracted by the pink background of Silke's room.
Yeah. Excuse me.
What time is it there, Ricardo?
It's 8 a.m. The problem is that my email reminder said that the meeting was at 6. So I woke up at 5:30 to see what we're gonna do and get prepared and everything, and then I was waiting and nothing happened. And then I got another reminder saying, "Hey, it's at 7."
Oh, yeah.
Have you had breakfast?
Not yet. I'm starving.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for the reply. I think that it definitely I felt so isolated in the last week because everybody else was in my position, and I was kind of the company culture. Everyone just accepted, even though nobody was happy and everybody looked like a ghost at work. everybody kind of just accepted it. Like it became a rule that we don't speak about it, we don't complain about it. You just do it.
Is it how many people are employed by that company?
At the moment, there are 15, something like 15 people.
Well, like you'll see that often. You'll see that people. Okay, so here's the thing: you're gonna see people are not gonna complain or talk about it because at the end of the day, you have to do something to pay your bills, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of these people probably have families and have a spouse or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in my company, the company that I work for, we sort of have an issue in which people are not being challenged. And I know it's a different situation, but nobody talks about it just because if you do, you'll probably get fired.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you gotta pay certain things, right? So
Sorry, guys.
nobody's gonna talk about it or mention it, but it's just gonna be up to you to actually make some changes if you do want to, or if you want to stay there and
I'm talking to HR. I'm threatening with a lawsuit. So.
Oh, this is about your employer. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry to hear that, Sissy. It sounded horrendous.
It's horrendous. Yeah, I mean, for 5 days we worked about 60 hours, and for the first 2 days it was 15 hours per day.
Yeah, be careful with that. With two things. First of all, with the amount of hours, I do about 70 a week, and I've gotten so fat because I don't have energy and time to do anything else.
You don't look fat.
I gained like 20 pounds, honestly. And then also, once you started threatening them with a lawsuit, you also gotta, I mean, if you're gonna be doing that, might as well be looking for another job just due to the fact that once your boss knows that the first mistake you make, he'll let you go.
Burn bridges.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. So it's a big decision, and I'm coordinating it, but it's very tiring. So.
I bet.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, we're just now Silka's back, and we can talk about. We were thinking about at the point which people decide, why this product versus other products or hair salon.
Yeah.
But I wanted to play.
10 minutes, okay? Yeah? Sorry.
It's okay.
It's a problem with weekends. Go on.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry, we said decision to buy based on quality and price?
Yeah, so if the two of you ladies were to buy a hair kit or something to dye your hair, and it's, I mean, what's going to drive you to make a purchase?
I would listen to my peers. I would listen. So advocacy, I think, is a big thing.
Okay.
So if one of my friends had super shiny hair and I loved her color and I knew she did it at home, I would say, "Oh, what do you use?" Or I'd go, "Ladies, I think I need to do something about my hair. What are you happy with?" So I think advocacy is plays a role as well.
Yeah, and and this is a different point. So thinking from a sustainability perspective, I think that especially when we're targeting a market segment that's higher end than just anyone in the market, we could also in the promotion as part of the promotional strategy, we can also mention how this kind of product is green, organic, and it doesn't harm the environment. Mm-hmm. And also because it's organic, it doesn't mention it's organic, is it? So
no,
are we allowed to make things up, or?
Right. Look, I'm assuming we can position it the way we want to. So I mean, that's a good point.
Mm. Yeah, because marketing is linked to product development, isn't it? So.
Right.
But now we're not really participating in the process of developing the product.
No.
So
I think it's kind of set, isn't it, as to what we have.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that personally, I would definitely use it if it doesn't harm the environment, and also if it's organic, that would mean that it doesn't harm my hair. What about
animal testing?
Yeah.
What if you knew it hadn't been tested on animals?
How do you test this kind of thing on animals? Like dye the cat pink or something?
I think they tested
Or
on
the
on
mice.
mice. Yeah, so they paint the mice, I guess. That's weird.
I'd love to visit their lab and look at, colorful rats.
I can't see rats. I freak out and I faint, honestly.
What if it's a really colorful one?
It's even scarier. I think, I mean, no way, I would never.
It had beautiful silky hair, beautiful silky blonde hair, that flowed down its back.
but still looks like a mouse. What?
Yeah, it still looked like a mouse. It just was, crazy hair. I don't think we'll be allowed to make any spurious claims regarding the organic nature of it, though.
No,
Right.
I don't think we
It doesn't
should.
say it.
No, I don't think we should make it up either.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it says that we should map the customer journey and bear in mind the 4-part model or another one. And they gave us one example for booking a doctor's appointment. So I don't think we'll have time today to map that on the call right now. But is that one thing that maybe one of us could take away and kind of have a stab at mapping for our next hangout?
Yeah, I'll continue writing writing this document, and then I can share it on the Google Drive. I can send it later today.
Yeah, great.
Amazing. Yep.
So also I think something that we gotta consider is some sort of a time limit on our hangout sessions.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
So
Sorry.
1 hour.
So let's. I mean, we'll plan better for next time, but yeah, this one's going on an hour and a half, which is fine. I
Yeah.
mean, like no problem at all. But that way, maybe next time we can sort of like cut the fat and make it
Yeah.
easier for all of us.
Yeah.
I agree. Just really briefly on the third one, I think it's a question that's quite quickly to be answered. It just says, how can we use these insights to better target potential customers? When they say these insights, do they mean the insights they're explaining about the product, or do they mean the
I think the customer
touch
journey map.
points?
I think it's a follow-up question after the first two.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we've kind of already talked about it when we are talking about 4P and the second question, right?
We
It's
can
about
combine it.
I think it's about segmentation and being being in the right medium or platform or
Well,
Yeah.
I think we look at the once the customer journey is mapped, we can just consider each point in sequence, and then think about okay, so at the first stage, whatever that was, about deciding whether or not to do it at home or do it in the salon, then how do you get that messaging? And you need the reach there, don't you, to make people understand that there is high quality methods of doing it at home. So I don't know what promotion you'd use to target that particular segment. But then when you're in store, that's all about place, isn't it? So actually where your positioning is on the shelf, like what you're next to.
Yeah.
And people as well, what are the store assistants like? So at that moment of truth, you're going towards the Tonacity brand. And so I think there's really clear like connections between the 5 Ps and the customer journey.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't know, what would maybe do customer journey first and then
Yeah.
address each one in turn.
So do we agree then we need to have a bit of a follow-up on this to map it out properly, and maybe we'll get by the way, I saw that Abdul had emailed just before this call saying, when are we meeting again? I wonder whether he didn't get the email. So I thought I had emailed everyone and invited everyone.
Yeah.
So anyway, maybe next time he can also then join in. But because we will have recorded it and we're sharing everything,
Mhm.
Maybe it's not quite as bad.
Okay.
So when do we think we can get together next? And I think we should be quite succinct and.
I think there's my Google Hangout says that there's a meeting scheduled for tomorrow.
I put that in as a placeholder because I
Oh.
didn't know whether today or tomorrow works better, but I'm still available tomorrow.
Okay.
I think Abdul said he wasn't, and I wasn't sure about Emma. What do you
Okay.
guys think?
Are you or not?
I don't think so. What time is it at?
It's
12, I think.
No.
No?
okay.
No,
What
I'm not
about
available. I can do it later in the evening. I can do it later in the evening, but not then. Or I can do it in the
I could do
morning.
the evening.
I can do more. No, it's a bit early for Ricardo, isn't it?
No, that's fine. I mean, honestly, that's fine. I still gotta do a lot of stuff outside of Google Hangout. So, I mean, if it's the morning, I'll do it.
What about the evening? After like 6 or sometime, or I don't know. I'd love to be there. I'm going to an exhibition tomorrow at midday.
Yeah, I've got things on during the day as well.
Yeah.
I think the earliest I could do would be 7 p.m. I don't know whether that suits everyone. It would be, right, so the purpose of tomorrow would be to kind of finalize those questions,
Yeah.
all of them.
I mean,
Yeah.
or what we could do is just start. I mean, these questions are kind of just to start us thinking
Yeah.
about the project. We don't have to, dwell on them too much. I think. I think
True.
that we can just move straight onto the project itself and start making slides or start talking about the actual things that we have to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so how? Sorry, go ahead.
That sounds like a good thing to. Yeah, I think that's very wise. We've started thinking about the project, got some ideas going. Let's get them
So
down in a
In
presentable.
terms of homework, what we think need to do is to kind of structure kind of our stages, so we can then also assign our little tasks for each, and then maybe we can see how long it would take us to do each stage.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so I'm gonna submit I'll submit these questions and document.
Yeah.
Before the end of the day today here in USA time, and then that way we don't have to meet up about it, and we can just you guys can just add your points and make edits, and then we'll just go straight into the project instead of spending too much time on these actual questions.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So how should we do this kind of breaking the project down bit? Does someone wants to have a stab, or shall we?
I can have a stab at that. I'll do it along with the rotor.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that sits
By the end of
quite
today.
nicely together, doesn't it?
Yeah. So you send over what you've got on the rotor rolls.
I will do. I will send over what I have. Shall we say that we'll aim to stick to 1 hour hangouts, because if it gets beyond an hour,
Less
there is
productive.
a danger it gets less
Yeah.
efficient. So 1 hour, and just means that we all have to be prepared for it. And I hold up my hand that I haven't been as prepared as I should have been today, so sorry about it.
It's okay.
1 hour hangouts and prepared. Probably cheesy question, but should we have a proper team name to give us a bit of an identity rather than
Cheesy question.
Team 15?
Yeah, I thought about it because it's not as good when you say go team 15. It's
I
like, oh, you're
know.
not unique.
I know. Have
Yeah.
a think.
The killers.
Put it out there.
The Killers. That's well done. Yeah, let's definitely think about that. Come out with some suggestions.
I like it. Yeah, let's all have a think. Let's put it in the notes as well, so that when Abdul and Emma catch up, then they can also put their thoughts in. But yeah, it's just a bit more fun, isn't it? To
Yeah.
have a fun name.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Righty ho.
All right. So
Okay, are we good?
yeah.
Yes, we are.
Great. We all know what we're doing. And Sissy, don't let work get you down.
Right.
I really hope not. Yeah, well, I mean, my problem at the moment is I live about 2 hours away, so after a meeting at midnight, I basically only sleep for 4 hours a day. So, yeah.
Oh God.
How old are you?
How do you get
I-
home at
I'm
midnight?
25.
25.
I just had
Oh,
my 25th birthday.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, get some sleep and enjoy.
Yeah.
Life is short, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will see you guys
Seriously.
soon. Yeah.
Great.
All right.
I'll hang in
I'll
there.
send the document
All
later today. Have a great day.
You
Okay.
too.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.